All right, we are taking a look today at Roads to Gettysburg II, Lee Strikes North. This is the latest game in the Great Campaigns of the American Civil War from Multi-Man Publishing. It just walked in the door, so let's go ahead and get to tearing. Hooray. There might have been some prep involved there. All right, let's go ahead and pop this thing open and check out what's inside. I'm really excited for this game. I also have a Gettysburg game sitting on the table right there, so I guess this month is like very Gettysburg themed. There we go. We have in here, of course, MMP's dice and packing slip. And also, wow, this is insane. Look at this. Holy cats. I had no idea that it was going to be bound in this way. So this is the same rules, layout, and formatting that was used in Stonewall Jackson's Way 2. So this is really pretty cool. So this has Here Come the Rebels as its first section of it, right? Again, like Stonewall Jackson's Way 2. We've got it here. And then we have Roads to Gettysburg as the second part of it. And of course we've got scenario setups, all kinds of good stuff in there. And it looks like Rebels in the White House. And I believe Rebels in the White House was a magazine game from the Skirmisher. So this is pretty cool. And it's got Monocacy, which I'm sure I'm butchering the name of that. But I think this is going to be the next line of battle title. So that's pretty cool. And of course, some great designer notes from Mike Bellis here. This is going to be fantastic. Wow, I'm super impressed by that. Holy cow. That's like blowing me away. Roads to Gettysburg II force display. So you've probably seen the photos online of people playing this game, and it's got this like just absolutely gigantic towers. It reminds you of like Time Bandits when the corporate takeover is going on. To avoid that, you can split them up and have a force display. And the turn track and movement track for everything. That's really handy. Roads to Gettysburg II. Same deal. What else do we have here? This looks like just a handy-dandy blank sheet of paper, a la the blue sheet of paper, which is an icon inside of every Advanced Squad Leader release. So here we have our charts for Lee Strikes North, Roads to Gettysburg II. Again, these are really well laid out. I like these quite a bit. Let's take a little look at some of this just in detail. I love the new counters for this game. They do such a good job of laying out the information and providing a great throwback, but also modernizing the look just enough and taking advantage of digital printing. This is fabulous. All right, so here are the basic game rules. I don't know I can't remember if it was 1.3 or not. I assume there's been some small tweaks that are in here. And that's not like jumping right off the page to me, but I think 1.3 is like the current version of the rules, and this is largely the same. I mean, I wonder if there's probably just some errata and formatting that's been updated in here, but don't quote me on that for sure. All right, so let's take a look at these amazing maps. These were all, I believe, like redone, because I think the originals were all hand-painted by Charlie Kibler. So first of all, beautiful maps to begin with, but now again, just gorgeous. So we've got this really beautiful South Mountain come across into Virginia and take a look down into Frederick. Follow the Shenandoah River up into Maryland. This is beautiful. Again, truly a great map. Let's take a look at some counters. We got the first counter sheet in here. So this is actually counter sheet number 4. It has some informational markers and strength point, demoralized, levied troops, broken. All right, here's another Here Come the Rebels map. This one has Baltimore in it. District of Columbia. That's the fastest you'll ever get between those two locations. This little drive up here can be, you know, anywhere from an hour to 100 hours, depending on traffic and if somebody's stalled in like the left lane, which always seems to happen. All right, so and some more informational counters. And we've got another map here. This one, I believe, is the Roads to one of the Roads to Gettysburg maps. This package is just outstanding. There we go. Okay. So at the very top of this map is where you'll actually get Gettysburg. I like that Round Top has its own hex. That's kind of great. But you have Sugarloaf and some other things, so I mean, we could probably look around here for it. There's the Black Horse Tavern. And see if Pipe Creek is around in here, right? Maybe that's actually a little north of here, I suppose. So maybe we'll see that on another map. All right, so let's take a look. And so here we go, counter sheet 2. Here we get to take a look at, and they've redone the Confederate counters a little bit. And I don't know, I like them, but there's just something like different about them that's not the background. Like they've done a little bit different with the background, but the actual counters themselves seem a little different as well. Okay. So this is the Rebels in the White House section down here. And then we've got Here Come the Rebels up here. And we've got Roads to Gettysburg. And of course Gettysburg is kind of right down there. And as we come back up, we'll be able to see a little bit more about kind of the maneuvering areas that are around here. So there's Carlisle, Mechanicsburg. So again, this is just a stunning map. Again, they've done a really nice job of, again, addressing this and putting it into a beautiful digital format while retaining the charm of the original painted maps. Just fantastic. Up here we have little Army of the Potomac chart, Confederate reinforcement tracks, the West Virginia reinforcement tracks, Confederate ammo. Okay. This one has Long Roads to Gettysburg and Roads to Gettysburg. So I love this series for a couple of reasons. And one of the reasons I love this series is that it's one of the few game series that takes the American Civil War and puts it into operational terms. And it shows off and highlights some of the difficulty of movement and the critical importance of the road net and basic army advantages and disadvantages. Over the course of time, early war releases for this product, it is pretty true to history. The Confederates really beat up on the Union. And as time goes on, throughout the series, scenarios, and games, that seems to reverse. So it does a good job of kind of mimicking that same dynamic that was occurring. And again, we have another player aid chart here. And finally, the terrain effects sheet. There we have it. So that's what's in the box. What they're not showing you is like the, I don't know, 400 hours of fun that comes in this box. I mean, what's totally blowing me away about this is that this is 3 complete releases and updates in a single box. I love the new approach to this series and getting this back out and getting lots of these games that have been out of production into the hand of folks. So if you're at all interested, check this out. It's an awesome release and production.